What is the Learning Designer? The Learning Designer is a tool that helps you plan your teaching. It does this by asking you to think about the learning experiences you're planning for your students so that they meet their learning outcomes. When you log into the Learning Designer, you'll see two options, a browser screen and a designer screen. We're looking at the designer screen, and I'm working on learning design from my teaching with undergraduate sociology students. I've given the design a little bit of detail at the beginning. I've given it a name, a topic, I've specified how long it's going to last and how many students are involved. I've said something about the context, and I've specified the aims for the session and the learning outcomes. Next thing to do is to start building the detail. So I click on this button, which will add what we call a TLA, or a set of teaching and learning activities. I need to give my TLA a name, and I need to decide what kinds of learning experiences the students should have. I can choose from 6 learning types: read, watch, listen, collaborate, discuss, investigate, practice, or produce. In this case, I want them to read a briefing document. I need to decide how long this might take. I'll say maybe 10 minutes. How many students it's going to involve. Well, they're all going to do it individually, so I'll put 1 there. Whether or not I'm going to be present as the teacher. In this case, I don't need to be there while they're reading, so I'm going to click off so the teacher is not present. And then I'm going to give a description about what they're going to be reading during that time. Now I need to add another learning type, and this time I'm going to ask them to discuss in a small group, maybe for another 10 minutes. Group size 5, again the teacher is not there. Now I'm going to carry on and add another sequence of TLAs. And I'm going to start with an investigation activity that's going to last for 45 minutes. I want them to work in groups of 5, and again the teacher is not going to be present. So I'm going to continue to build my learning design, thinking about the different learning experiences I want my students to have as I go. So I finished my design. I'm just going to check a few things. I'm going to look at the total amount of learning time, and I seem to have underestimated how much time this lesson will take, so I'm going to adjust that. And I'm going to look at the pie chart that's been building as I've added TLAs to see the proportions of activities that the students are going to experience. Now I'm happy with my design. I'm going to click Save to add it to the Learning Designer library.